Elizabeth Klarer. The lady stated that she had been abducted by an astrophysicist named Akon from Meton, a planet of Proxima Centauri, that at a distance of about 4 or 3 light years from Earth. She even painted the alien portrait, and here is her story. Alien named Akon took woman for 4 months to his planet in Alpha Centauri, where she gave birth to alien child. Elizabeth was born in 1910 at Mu River, Natal. Elizabeth Klarer, née Woollett, 1st July 1910, died 9 February 1994, was a South African woman who, starting in 1956, publicly claimed to have been contacted by aliens multiple times between 1954 and 1963. Klarer's first visitation supposedly occurred when she was 7, and she was one of the first women to claim a sexual relationship with an extraterrestrial. Elizabeth was born 1910 at Mu River, Natal, as the youngest daughter of SP and Florence Woollett. SP was a pioneering veterinary surgeon who subsequently settled at Connington Farm near Rosetta in the Natal Midlands. Here at age 7, Elizabeth and her older sister, Barbara, also had their first supposed UFO encounter while feeding their Sealyham puppies outside the farmhouse. Elizabeth and her sister claimed that they witnessed a silver disc bathed in a pearly luster which swooped over them. Simultaneously, a giant orange-red and cratered planetoid was observed orbiting and rotating high in the atmosphere. The disk rushed to meet it, pacing and guiding it northward, while the planetoid left a smoke trail in its wake. In 1954, her sister, made then resident on the farm Whiteleaf in the Natal Midland, relayed to her that the native Zulu people were reporting appearances of the lightning bird in the sky. In response, Elizabeth and her children traveled from Johannesburg to the farm, and she ascended Flying Saucer Hill the following day, December 27. There she claimed to have seen the starship descend. It hovered 3 meters above ground while only emitting a soft hum. Its hull spinning, its central dome remained stationary. The spaceman, who later identified himself as Akon, was supposedly clearly visible through one of 3 portholes, but a barrier of heat that emanated from the ship prevented her from approaching, and his scout she departed again. Some 18 months later, she visited the hilltop again after further reports of the lightning bird. On this occasion, on 7 April 1956, Akon took her aboard his scout ship, a craft some 60 feet, 18 meters in diameter. Inside, she met a second pilot, stocky and darker skinned than Akon, who was supposedly a botanist as well as an astrophysicist. She was allegedly shown a lens that offered view through the craft's floor, with only a hum emanating from below and no sense of movement. They were transported to the enormous cigar-shaped mothership, which had garden-like interior. After meeting its inhabitant, she was returned to Hilltop. A similar arrangement as that made between Adamski and Orton. In 1952, during the encounter, cases were exchanged, and Akon revealed that Elizabeth was in fact a reincarnated Venusian, long-lost soulmate. He further explained that they occasionally took Earth women as partner as the offspring strengthened their race with an infusion of new blood. He also claimed that the number of Venusians were superstitiously living among human beings. Elizabeth and Akon had a son together. It is not clear for what reason, but she did not paint the image of her own son. Perhaps because she had seen him for a short time. The hybrid child was forced to stay on the planet Meton, where Elizabeth's love story took place. The woman was forced to return to Earth after 4 months of living on another planet. To her great regret, she began to have heart problems, which were caused by the magnetic field of a new planet for her. Akon and the others told Elizabeth that they were actually from Venus and that they had lived on it before it turned into a cold chunk of stone. When Venus died, they flew to a planet called Meton and now live there. They noted that when Venus was a normal planet, there were many planets like the Earth. They said that Venus had died due to the fact that its orbit changed and it came too close to the sun. And when they realized that irreparable would happen, they began to fly away from the Venus in search of other worlds and used the Earth and the Moon for temporary stops. In her book, Beyond the Light Barrier, she strived to convey a message of peace, love, understanding, and environmentalism, which she credited to the superior wisdom of an advanced and immaculately utopian Venusian civilization. This is the all about of her story, abduction. Thank you for the watching.